All right, here we go, guys. On my right, but always political left, Ogie Overman, David Daggett, we held over from a previous segment, and Dr. Bob Shackelford is with us as well. The Parkland High School student who last year violently attacked a female teacher and is being tried as an adult for multiple felonies is reportedly being offered a plea deal that could result in no prison time. You guys okay with prosecutors offering a plea deal in this case? Ogie.
You know, I'm not. I think if he's going to be tried as an adult, he ought to be sentenced as an adult, which includes a little bit of time.
David.
Well, I think it's really, really hard to Monday morning quarterback what's happening behind the scenes in a legal file. I've got extreme confidence in our district attorney's office. They do a good job across the board. I've got to assume that this is being handled properly behind the scenes, even though we may not like the headlines.
You've got to draw a line somewhere. I think we've already crossed that line long ago. We need to protect teachers, keep the schools safer, convict him.
All right. And the law in 42 states, including North Carolina, says that priests must report child abuse that they learn about in a confession. But last week, the Catholic Church announced that priests will be excommunicated if they report confessions about child abuse. Should the church lose its tax-exempt status if it breaks the law and refuses to report child abuse? Ogie.
Well, I don't know, Jim. I mean, you've got to keep that brick wall between church and state. If the Catholic Church says that's the way they're going to enforce it, then that's the way it should be.
David.
I think this is a very, very difficult issue. We deal with these as a lawyer also, with attorney-client privilege and confidential information. I think I agree with Ogie. We got to keep the wall, even though I don't like it one bit.
Bob.
Jim, I had to live with this for years as a military chaplain. In the military, the JAG and the chaplain, the legal confidentiality. If somebody told me they were going to kill the commander tonight, I can't tell it or I'll be kicked out of the military. But I would try to intervene myself. If not, maybe find a way to tell without telling.
All right. An increasing number of elected officials are no longer holding town hall meetings because of disruption from protesters inside the hall. Should protesters, guys, only be allowed outside of the meetings? Ogie.
No, they've got to be inside. That's what it's about. You've got to protest if you don't agree with what they're doing. That's America.
David.
Civil protest absolutely should be allowed.
All right, Bob.
I think you should be allowed inside. You can disagree with the politician. You should not be able to disrupt the meeting where the people there cannot hold a meeting.
All right, good point. As a result of passengers complaining about noisy infants on flights, Japan Airlines now publishing a list of which seats children will occupy on each flight so that passengers in advance can avoid sitting next to a screaming baby. Critics say this is just pre-framing people so that they'll be avoided. Arguments on both sides. You guys okay with giving people a heads up about where children are going to be on the plane?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a win-win. You can avoid the kids, and you're if you have a kid, a screaming kid, you're kind of segregated anyway, so that it's not disrupting everybody.
Publishing the list, David?
Yeah, we have kids sections other places. I really don't have a problem with this, and I think if you do it right, it's a win-win.
Bob?
I'm not going to tell them to do it, but if they publish it, I know where I'm sitting.
Next to the kid.
Yeah, that's right. The first driverless semi-trucks are now operated in Dallas and Houston as a test. The truck company says the technology has been thoroughly tested and it's safe. Critics say a malfunctioning semi-truck could put a lot of folks in danger with no driver in it. Guys, you okay with long-haul trucks having no driver, Ogie?
I am not. I'm not there at all. It just gives me chill bumps thinking about it.
David.
Well, they're not long haul yet. Right now, They're being contained in what's called a sandbox for testing. I am okay in the sandbox for testing. In the future, may I say yes to long haul trucking?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not here yet.
Bob.
Well, from what I see on the road, I might trust those trucks more than some of the idiots I see behind the wheel.
Yeah, might improve it. And finally, guys, a pair of hikers in the Czech Republic last week discovered a large stash of gold coins worth millions of dollars. Then they looked at it, oh man, this is great, and they turned it over to the treasure to a local museum. Guys, if you found $1 million worth of gold coins, would you turn them in or keep them? Ogie.
Boy, I think I would just... I would have a finder's fee. I think you deserve a finder's fee.
Yeah. David?
I call it commission. Yeah. There should probably be a little commission.
Yeah. How about, what about it, Bob? You going to keep it? Or?
I think I would pay my bills off and then turn the other 2 coins back in.
I tell you what, I think I've got 3 greedy guys here next to me. Well, that's all the time we have. For Almost Here, Triad Today, I'm Jim Longworth. We'll see you next week.